buzzing.
Hey guys, PND1 here, and today I just wanted to say that I miss you because it's been a long time since I made my last YouTube video, but today I'm going to be showing you how to get iOS 7, Apple's newest operating system, on your iPhone 5 or iPod Touch 5th generation or below, and several models of the iPad, although I will be demonstrating this on the iPad too. So let's get started. Obviously, you'll need an internet connection to make this work. So just go to imzdl.com. I will have the link in the description below. So go to that website and search for your appropriate firmware, and make sure you get the right one, because, for example, the iPhone 5 has two different models. So make sure you get the right one. And you're going to need a torrent client to download this. Get the torrent download. You're going to need a torrent client. I recommend Vooz, because Vooz is the best in my opinion. So once you download the file, go ahead and open up iTunes and make sure you have the latest version of the official iOS. For the iPad 2 and several other iDevices, iOS 6.1.3, but for the iPhone 5, it's 6.1.4. So whatever you do, do not restore iPad. I repeat, do not restore iPad. Just shift, or for Windows, an option for Mac, shift click, check for updates, and select whichever firmware that you're on. Let me just look for a second. Yeah, iOS 7. Alrighty then, now you're going to get a prompt which asks if you really want to update it, and of course we do, so just click yes. From here onwards, the process is automatic. It'll happen on its own. There's nothing you need to do anymore. So let me take this time to talk a little bit. Now, the reason I didn't make a video for the first Beta 1 is because Beta 1 didn't have a version for the iPad. I don't know why, but so now that Beta 2 is out, I'm making the video. Another thing I wanted to say is iOS 7 copied a lot of stuff from Cydia. For example, Control Center is basically SB settings with a few extra touches that comes from the bottom. When you pull your notification center down, the icons are blurred, which is blurry density background, again Cydia. When you tilt your phone, the icons move, again 3D board, Cydia. The list is endless. But another thing I wanted to say is that Apple is simplifying everything, software and hardware. As we can see from iOS 7, it really simplified a lot of stuff, and expect the same thing to happen on the hardware front as well. For example, the next generation iPad is going to be more iPad mini-esque or iPod Touch 5th generation-esque with aluminum, instead of the really curvy one that we have now. And the next iPhone, I hear there's going to be two variants, a cheap one which isn't actually going to be cheap. It's going to be mid-range, and the normal iPhone which we have. And don't expect another iPod Touch, because I think that what Apple's going to do is they're going to copy what they did for the iPod Touch 4th generation, which is to wait 2 years until the next iPod model. So yeah, don't expect another iPod Touch. That's all I have to say. So fast forward until I'm finished. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut a lot of this out. Oh yeah, another thing is this method is 100% free. You do not need a UDID, or you do not need to register your UDID or create a developer's account, which takes $99. It's 100% free because we're not restoring. We are updating it by pressing the check for updates button that we did in the beginning of the video. Alright, so I'm done. And it says that my iPad has been updated, and I kind of know that, so I'm just gonna dismiss this message. Alright, so now we're done. Let's just move on to my iPad in a minute. Alright, so as you can see, iOS 7 is the biggest change to iOS since iOS. Look at it. It's cleaner, it's neater, the font is better, and the color schemes are better. Let me just enter my Wi-Fi password for a minute. Alright, so I do not want anyone to know my location, so disable location. Press OK on the prompt that pops up, and let me just sign into my Apple account for a minute. Alright, so now the moment of truth. Done. As you can see, I'm running on iOS 7 right now. They removed the spotlight search, which I had trouble figuring out. Also, the notification center, it's complete and full for the iPad. Um, and and you also get our beloved multitasking, which is copied from Windows Phone and Cydia. Let me just dismiss the settings application right here. Right, done with that. So yeah, that's it. This is iOS 7, people. We finally got it. This is Pokemon Naruto DBZ1 signing out. Peace.